Veritatis profundum claro manifestum. Okay. These are some big energies. So we have energy of completion as the first card here. I feel like this is the current energy. Someone here is in a state of finishing something out, like you're crossing some sort of finish line. And you get Neptune energy comes through a lot. There's definitely a lot of dreamy energy and very intuitive energy. Might resonate with Pisces. It's interesting because these are very feminine energies. And then contrasting that, bottom deck we have Nettle, which is action. And that's kind of the essence of this time after like crossing this finish line. I'm getting maybe a little bit of a lull, even maybe there's like a pause or a lull where things are a bit slow. Take the time to rest, retreat, rejuvenate, because action's on its way. Whatever this is, it's on its way to you. It's going to have quite a bit of challenges to it. It's something you will have to take action on. And it is coming towards you because this is someone who's this is feminine energy, so it's in a receptive state. It's going to be an experience that helps you grow in a big way, but it's going to come with a lot of challenges too. And you want to make sure to have strong boundaries, not to the point where you cannot connect with others, but discernment. Maybe discernment is a better word to use than boundaries, but practice discernment because there will be certain things that try to deceive you in this next phase. I mean, isn't there always? There's always the essence of that, but it's whatever challenges you're going to be presented with are going to be everything that you need to develop yourself in this next phase of your life, of course. But you're really closing out a massive chapter right now, and you might be just spending time dreaming more now, resting more, being in a more receptive state than like pushing anything out. Whatever this thing is that you're gonna have to take action on, again, that's coming right to you. So you just have to be in a receptive state, be in the energy of receiving, rather than trying to chase it or push for something or trying to make something happen. Just let it come to you. Just let it come. It will come. So there's something big happening, and there's a lot of things changing. And this card here, so it can feel a bit stormy sometimes, even like these waves crashing, but it creates change, right? It cleanses, and it is all very like divinely guided. I also get the energy of Saturn and Uranus. And I get the energies of Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So December, January, February could be significant. And I have 3, this is 555, so this more confirmation, because I got a 32, 41, and a 5. That's all 5s across the board. That's a big change, 555. 555, please come my way. That's a poem that I have. Hold on, a poem that I have. But so changes made to save the day. 555, please come my way. Is how it's coming through. So really, it's about settling into this inner change, this inner shift that allows for this opportunity that you will have to act on to come in. But until you're fully in that receptive state, it won't come. There's a lot of earth energy too, like a lot of crystals that I'm seeing here. You might work with crystals heavily, or you might be guided or inspired to work with crystals at this time. Whichever one draws your attention is going to be the one that you need. You'll feel it. And we got the Swan, which is the same as the High Priestess in this deck. Okay, yeah, there's like heavy emphasis on, I don't know, less is more, doing less is more right now. Just allowing yourself to rise, to ascend. There's the higher friends coming through. Maybe stop focusing so much on earthly things and just focus on your spiritual path. Whoever this is deeply, deeply intuitive, and it shows. I heard it shows. It's obvious. Okay, I see. So, yeah, this is like a deepening. You're going deeper into your spiritual practice, your spirituality. It's like you got an upgrade, a spiritual upgrade in your gifts. And then this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, right above intuition. They're just showing, like, again, you'd be intuitively feeling the need to rest more. And that is important for you to get into this mode of receiving, even if that feels scary right now, or if it feels like if you let go of the work that you're doing or whatever it is, that you wouldn't be okay for whatever reason, or it create instability or whatever. There's just this deep need to trust right now. Whoever this is for, and you'll know if it's for you. If it doesn't feel right, it's not for you. But there's this essence of stepping into a life where you don't have to make the same efforts that you once did. You don't have to try so hard physically. You can just, so this is like this rise up. It's embodying your own innate potential, like realizing your own intrinsic value, and embodying more of your intuitive, embodying more openly. I feel, because the Swan, the High Priestess can be an exciting individual. It's also very mysterious and can be hard to understand. I feel like you're coming out in the open a bit more, but you've needed to go through this process. Like you're going through a process of reflecting things, a lot of inner reflection and introspection, and now it's like out in the open, vibrant energy, and it's stepping into your dream. So whatever you've been dreaming about becoming, it's stepping into and embodying that in full. And then so you're essentially going to be stepping into this place where you're making a living just by being who you are, just by doing what you do most naturally. So the deeper that you can connect to your own practices, and the more you connect to the spirit within you, the more those gifts will continue to develop. And these opportunities will just come, they'll just keep coming in. I get a sense of either reconciled connections or building new connections. Just make sure that you're not putting those connections over yourself and your own needs, but prioritizing the self so that you can connect from a genuine space in those connections. There's no need to connect, it's a desire, it's purely desire to connect. I also get this as like, and you might have gone through something that put you really deep in your head, and there might be people around. You might have a really solid support system that's really trying to help you release whatever emotions are left. So the Two of Cups here, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, to like get this big release out, so that you can step into this role fully. So you might have just this really awesome support system around you to help you get out of the head, down into the heart space, so you can get that release. And that is going to lead to a Ten of Cups and living in that dream state. So this is clearly for someone who is very much on a spiritual path, and yeah, everything is extremely aligned. This is all divine orchestration. So we got the composer here, we got the magician, and we got the dreamer. So you are always meant to step into whatever it is that your unique superpowers are, your unique gifts, whatever you have to offer this world, your contribution. This is what you've been creating by doing whatever internal work that you've been doing, and stepping away from like pushing and trying so hard and then settling back into rest and receiving and just being who you are. It's embodying who you are. It feels like there was some kind of battle, there's some kind of struggle there that made that really hard for you to be in your softness. Like I get like very tense. It's like where you had to, I don't know, I feel like you had to protect yourself in some ways, and to find ways to protect yourself. Honestly, I feel like it might have just been hard becoming this like high priestess, or even I get the energy of devaluing people, maybe devaluing your insights, trying to make it so that you're not special, so that they don't feel like they're not, rather than just allowing you to be your unique self and allowing them to be their unique selves, and everyone just has their own awesome potential and abilities. They saw you as special, or being able to do these things, and it is evident because you're coming out as a swan in that completion energy. And it's like now people are finally accepting you for who you actually are, and I think it's been a journey for you, because you've had to, I mean, as this type of person in this world, you do get invalidated a lot. So I think it was a journey for you, because there's a lot of reflection in here. There's a journey for you to be able to recognize yourself and see yourself clearly beyond the distortion of other people's projections. And that is a hard thing, especially when you're constantly denied your reality just because other people don't understand the depths that you're able to touch. So it's like you had to reach that state within yourself, internally, and then naturally externally reality follows. So that's kind of where we're at with, that's why you're in this completion. You completed that internally, by having that confidence in yourself, by building that over time, and it probably took a very long time, like course of your lifetime. So now you're being seen as just that. And then we have this dream energy where you're still rising, and because of this Hierophant card shows up as this phoenix, and it's a 5, it's a card of great change, but spiritual change. This is internal change. So you rose up out of the ashes of something. Had to allow all the doubts and insecurities to burn away, so that you can embody who you are, what you're meant to be doing here. And I think that you're realizing, the more you soften and settle into this, because you finally, and I feel like, I don't know, your body might have, like with your nervous system, it might have been on the fritz for a very long time, where you're constantly like tense and living in survival mode, and now you finally get to relax. It's like an exhale. But you don't have to work as hard. You can just be, and people trust your intuition now because you have a track record of proven ability at this point, and that is something that people have actually witnessed with their own eyes. So and the people, even the people around who were projecting, they see it now. Like it's undeniable. And this is more about those people. So, or a person, it could be one person specifically. Yeah, I feel like trying to like cut down your work, the work that you do because they don't understand it, or even trying to like replicate it or duplicate it, like, oh, it's not special, anyone could do that kind of thing. But it's like copy paste kind of thing, like it's not the same. This is a very different energy than this, right? So other people's misconceptions kind of affected their behavior, and their behavior towards you was not kind because they wanted to make sure that you stayed humble for whatever reason, because they couldn't, they didn't have the same abilities, they didn't know how to grow themselves, they were resistant to change that inner growth themselves. They didn't understand your depth, your mystery, why maybe you are a bit more to yourself. They didn't understand your sensitive nature. So they're just taking that and copying the external, just to try to devalue what's there, but they could never actually reach the depths. They couldn't touch the depths because of this resistance to change, to growth. It's like they were trying to keep you in a state of stress, anxiety, but your wisdom still shines through, and it still shows how, with all the purple here and the red, like you, there are certain things you might lean into for comfort or grounding, especially being so sensitive and kind of maintaining this connection with higher dimensions. It can be a bit tougher to ground. You have to work extra hard to ground, but that is something that I feel like you do make sure to stay connected to. And there are certain things that you know really work for you. They are your home, your comfort, and you have to have those things. You're very particular in the way that you have to do things in your life, and that's something that maybe people don't really understand. People might see you, I don't know, because you're so sensitive, like to feel things or to go through things, and have anxiety or whatever, and think that you're carrying something really heavy, but actually you feel very light, because you actually release your emotions, you know. But people misjudge that and try to make you out to be, it's like you're, like there's something wrong with your mind just because you're feeling your feelings, which is really weird. But there was never really anything that could throw you off there, so which is why you're still in this ascension. Then we have temperance, so there's divine protection for this path. That's coming with the Hierophant and Dream here. So your path is protected all the way through. No matter who tries to copy from you or devalue you, because you stay consistent with your growth and you stay true to yourself is why you're elevating beyond what they could imagine, because they don't do that same inner work. With this completion and turn of events, because we have We do have the sun coming through. We have also the magician coming through again. We have the wheel of fortune coming through. We've got the hanged man. We've got 6 of wands, page of cups. I feel that because people see you clearly now, people do want to come in and actually apologize. This card very much can be about apology, and I do get that from this one. Some people might really want to actually come and apologize for how they treated you when they didn't understand you, whether you're open to it or not. It does seem like you aren't necessarily holding anything against anyone. I see you as something, you set yourself free, and you are still in this light, carefree energy. It doesn't mean you weren't hurt in this process and didn't have to go through your healing, but yeah, I feel like there's this energy, and there might be one female in particular, long dark hair, that really, really wants to, I'm getting, like, surprise you. The element of surprise comes through strong, and they want to try to surprise you. I feel like you're not an easy person to surprise, though, because you're too intuitive. But this person does want to come. They might even want to bring you some, like, a small gift or something, just because she's holding this card here, even if it's just like a card. But there's someone who really wants to apologize, and I think take accountability for some things if you are open to that. It's like they want to clear the air and get some things off their chest so that they feel free to, and they're hoping that it helps you in your healing as well. They hope that you will forgive them, and whether you do or don't, they at least just want to say that too, because they feel like you deserve that. They feel like you didn't deserve to be treated the way that they treated you. They just misunderstood you. So that's what's coming through really strong. So there's this flip of energy. Okay, there's this other energy here coming through. Okay, I don't know if this was like a missed opportunity from the past, or like someone from the past that you were connected to who maybe played you with the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and then King of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups. That could be someone who didn't really know what they wanted, or got confused with the different options around them. And okay, I'm getting the sense someone realizing that they moved too fast and didn't take time to consider things. I feel like we walked away because they had too many things going on, too many options, and you're too sensitive. You cannot, like, you feel everyone they're connecting to, so you can't be connected to that is the essence of it. But I feel like this person, as much as they try to bury it, I feel like they do have deep feelings for you, and they wish that connection didn't end. They wanted to see where it was going to go. They're forced to face the fact, though, that they moved too fast, for one, and that 2, they didn't even know what they wanted, so they kept their options open instead of giving things a real shot with you. And now that they're seeing who you actually are, they wish that they did do that. They wish that they gave you that real shot and got more clear within themselves. But this person's still in the reverse. It's like a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, though. It's someone who hasn't quite mastered their like inner intensity and creative power. Like, this is someone who has massive potential, probably a very attractive person and very charming and dynamic, and they have so much creative potential, but they don't quite know what to do with it. And I feel like that's a lot of repressed like fire energy, like anger, things like that. any of that fire energy that hasn't been processed yet is kind of blocking and holding this person. I feel like they might have taken that out on you a little bit somehow, in some way. I don't know if they're just reflecting heavily on this. I feel pain in the back, like they might have, it also kind of feels fine. They might have burned you in some way. This person might have burned you or betrayed you in some way or another. Okay, let's. I don't know. I feel like these are all people who have been around you and people who are still in your energy and kind of watching this happen, watching this change happen, watching this transformation happen, and in some ways struggling to believe certain things because they haven't been through it themselves, but in other ways, also understanding that they misperceived you in a lot of ways because they didn't actually take the time to get to know you fully. So this might actually be some of what's coming in towards you as you're in this very receptive state. But I also want to see, and this is where you might have to use your discernment, right? Just because someone apologizes to you doesn't necessarily mean you want to let them into your life fully. You just gotta feel that out because some people won't change, some people will. This feminine, whoever had that apology, that felt very genuine. That felt very genuine, like this person actually took the time to reflect and grow. This King of Wands in reverse, it feels like they're maybe looking at things and still unclear about some things, but I don't know that they would be healthy to connect with, and that's something you would have to feel out for yourself. So part of what's coming in, I think, action towards you would be some people from your past coming in, and this doesn't, like, the Six of Cups did come through in this deck, but it didn't actually pop out. So to me, it feels like these are people that you've recently experienced, and maybe they're still in your life, but maybe you've distanced yourself, just kind of being in this state where you felt like you had to protect yourself mentally and emotionally, and like self-preservation, like you just trying to be you, but you tend to be in more abstract spaces and just focusing on grounding yourself and comforting yourself so that you can maintain your own nervous system regulation, essentially. Let's see what else is coming your way, because I do feel like there's some sort of opportunity on the way. Yeah, this is going to be a work opportunity, and it's not going to be anything it's not going to be anything extreme. We have the Tower in reverse. It's going to be a slow build, slow, steady build forward. And it's not necessarily anything that you have to study for or go research, investigate, or do anything like that either. This is something you already know. You're already, it's like you're being offered this because you're being recognized for your gifts. So it's not going to be a surprise or a shock to you in any way. And it's going to, you're not seeing, so it's actually going to help you stabilize more financially and build your like your legacy. I'm getting so you're building, it's like building foundation. Maybe you built foundation already, and that's what people are seeing you from. That's how they're able to see you. So you built some sort of like platform that acts as your foundation to where now you can grow steadily, but that created a lot of stability to you. You are in a very abundant state, but it's still, I think you're still in a phase where you're still gaining more confidence. You're still building up your confidence after this feels like constant like scrutiny. I feel like there's still a lot of emotion there. There's like constant scrutiny for reasons you weren't sure why. Because look at their face. Like you're literally just sitting here trying to be you. You do have your own unique wisdom to share, and you're trying to share that with the world, but then you're getting scrutinized for it. You're getting all sorts of swords thrown your way, so you're just stacking them and trying to deal with them the best that you can. Trying to keep yourself as light as a feather, even though all this scrutiny is like packing all this heavy weight onto you constantly. So that's a constant job of transmutation, and that's quite exhausting for anyone. It really is. But here's that completion again. So yeah, if you've been struggling financially, been struggling in any way with stability, especially being the type of person that you are, that struggle's over. And hanging on to all this pain is over as well. Although there's obviously over the course of your life, you're going to be continuing to release these feelings and heal them and work through them, but you finally get a rest. You get a rest into yourself, into who you naturally are without people constantly attacking you for it. But that doesn't mean that there won't still be snakes in your grass trying to take advantage in some way or another. So that's why you took this time to develop such strong discernment. And we have a couple gentlemen coming through, the King of Swords and King of Pentacles. So these will be very professional people that I'm getting, like business opportunities. There could be something about utilizing your expertise or getting help from someone else's expertise. Like you might have a mentor coming in. There are people who want to invest in you and your abilities. They've been observing you. They can see what you can do. And there's something about development. But you have to be willing to open up to it. So that's what you got to get deep into this receptive stage so that you can open up to that fully. There's a fear there though. Let's check out that fear. It's gonna make me emotional, but the fear, well, you're coming out of really heavy betrayal energy. This Ten of Swords, all this scrutiny, everything coming at you, people trying to hurt you because they didn't take the time to understand you. So just poking holes in your wings, making sure you can't fly. Making sure you can't be who you are, so they can, it's like you're not special kind of thing. Like they don't want to allow you to have your own unique flavor for whatever reasons. And there's this feeling of like, I think the fear is, can you trust your discernment fully, Can you trust your discernment fully? And this is going to be, I think, probably one of the hardest things to heal moving forward. Is seeing who you can and can't trust. And I know you can trust yourself, but when you've been through certain traumas, no matter what we do, that stuff is still gonna arise in certain moments. Triggers happen. We're human beings. So it's just on you to take the time. Keep your pace slower moving forward. And I think that there are going to be people who want to help you with that and who want to be your support system in that, but you have to allow them to help you. And that might be something that's very hard for you, just because of how you've been treated in the past. I get a strong sense of you don't want to feel like anyone's trying to control you, and you don't want to feel devalued anymore. You want to feel appreciated for who you are, and you don't want people telling you who to be. And I feel like that might have come heavily from masculine energy in the past. I don't know, I feel like you've gone through so much growth, like, and you've tried to let people into your life, and it's messed things up for you in multiple ways. And so to have to go through these things, just constantly in this energy, in this survival mode, is it's really hard. And so like, I feel like you're in a state where you're definitely going through PTSD, but like you're letting your nervous system rest. But that's gonna be a habit that you have to build, you know. Being forced into survival mode for so long, it is going to affect you on a deep level, and that is not going to be your norm. So anyone who's been in survival who starts resting, it's going to feel dangerous, even when it's not. Even when it's not. So the only thing that we can do is self-love, take care of ourselves. We gotta feel those feelings. We gotta release this stuff and face the fears, and that's the hardest part. But you're in this really beautiful state where you have plenty of opportunity coming toward you, but you do need to learn how to trust people again, and that is going to be the hardest task that you have. But you're such a beautiful person, and people see that in you too, and they do want to help you. Now this one runs really deep, and that might be why this feels so challenging, as and because it's the snake that really stands out. Like, it's like, even introducing yourself to anyone, no matter how good it might feel to make that connection, it can still immediately bring up like certain fears, and you're just hoping for the best. But so many experiences from your past have taught you that connections lead to pain, I think, and that no one really has your best interests in heart or mind. And it feels like you've had to protect yourself through a lot, and no one's really been there for you. So it would be a very big shift to go back into a space where you do get support from people. It would feel very foreign and very scary, but it's the very thing that you need, and over time you will heal from it. It's like a re-socializing. I'm gonna leave this there. Sorry, pretty long, but thanks for being here. If you watched all the way through, I hope for all the best for you. Como